Welcome to the HR Empowerment Podcast, where we will uncover strategies and new insights from HR professionals who discuss up-to-date regulations, best practices, and the most pressing topics like diversity and equity, leadership, dealing with difficult situations, and much more that affect your bottom line and business. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Wendy Sellers here, the HR lady, here with my co-host, JC.
Aloha.
Aloha. We are here talking about the need for training in this topsy-turvy current world. So we talked about ADA. We talked about recruiting and hiring trends. We also talked about employee discipline for conduct outside of work. Again, remember, that's gray area. Last episode, we talked about FMLA, and I probably could have talked about that for 6 hours because it is a heated topic. But in our final session here, what I want to explore a little bit is succession planning. I don't care if you have 10 employees or 10,000 employees. Succession planning is so important because if you don't plan and they're like, peace, I'm out of here, you gotta figure that out tomorrow, like who's gonna cover their duties. So I would rather you be planning now for the future, and the future is tomorrow. What's up, JC?
Yeah, so that's planning for success, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, it is, right?
So, or is success in planning? Right?
How about succession planning for future success?
There we go. Well, why does it matter, Wendy? Why does it matter?
Because, again, if an employee hits the lottery, which we all hope for, I was just talking about it with friends last night. I'm like, oh, I just want to hit the lottery, but apparently you got to play to win. But a person hits the lottery and they're not coming back to work tomorrow. If you don't have a succession plan, then, you know, who's going to do their job next week? It's so important for all stages of a business to be thinking, who's going to take over my job if I hit the lottery? That's probably the best way I could explain it. The chances of our employees or me or you hitting the lottery, I know, are low, but the chances of somebody else stealing an employee are very, very high. We talked about that in our session today about recruiting and hiring, because everybody's looking for talented employees, the employees with the knowledge, skills, and abilities that we need in today's workforce. And so if your employee is amazing and has those skills, guess what? They are 100% being tracked down on LinkedIn, being tracked down, even if they don't have a resume out there. There are companies that are looking and saying, hey, I love your LinkedIn profile. Would you interview with us? We'll pay you $20,000 more. And how do I know that? Because I do it. I'm one of those people that are trying to steal your employees for my clients because cool. We're all desperate. It's not cool, but it is the reality of it. So.
No, it's cool to know that, everyone says it's a myth, but here's someone that's actually out there doing that. It's pretty cool, Wendy. You're like a ninja.
I mean, we want to hire people that are satisfied with their current career, not people that are job hopping all the time. Because if I'm hiring somebody that's job hopping all the time, and we'll talk about that on another episode or in the training coming up about recruiting and hiring, I don't want you to judge people because they're job hopping, because their resume may look like they're job hopping, but they may just be in an industry that is has a series of layoffs and things like
HR.
that. So. Yeah, like HR, right?
Hey, a quick question for you real quick here. Why was it that the company's CEO refused to talk about succession planning? Do you know?
It's because every time... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got a thought. Go ahead.
Because every time he brought it up, his team started measuring his office for new curtains.
That's exactly right. It's that intersection where ambition meets interior design. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong there. So you're talking about not just identifying talent, but also developing the leaders strategically, right?
Absolutely. And I would even say go a step further, JC, not just developing the leaders, developing all the employees. You know, yes, 100% developing supervisors, managers, executives, so that they can learn to, shift quicker than they were in the past, but also developing your employees. Like we mentioned in an earlier episode, we're being forced to hire people that don't have all the knowledge, skills, and abilities that we need because those knowledge, skills, and abilities didn't exist 6 months ago. And so we're being forced to hire people that don't meet our job description essential duties, and which means we then have to plan. And we have to train them. We can't go, oh, we hired them and magically they're going to come back with the knowledge, skills, and abilities next Monday. No, we have to train them. But on top of that, we need to train them for what we need 6 months down the road, 9 months down the road, 6 years down the road. And 100% make sure we're training our leaders. And I don't really love the word leaders because we often say managers are leaders, but that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes managers just manage and they don't lead, and some random employee is actually the leader. So be careful of using that terminology. But getting back to the topic here, making sure we're aligning our succession planning with where we want the business to be in 5 years, not just where we want the business to be next year.
In 2024, a survey by the Society for Human Resource Management, SHRM, they revealed that 56% of HR professionals reported their organizations lacked an official succession plan, with only 21% having a formal plan in place.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised at all by that statistic. I'm over here with like a sad face on because I'm like, that's a sad statistic. But I am not at all surprised about it one bit. So more than half of companies are saying, yeah, we don't have a succession plan. And then they're wondering, geez, why don't people want to stay here for the long term? If you want to find more information on this, there is a training coming up on Aurora Training Advantage about succession planning. So check that out and you will learn more about that at 60 Minute section. I am not the presenter there, but I definitely encourage you to go there because I know the presenter and she's amazing. With that said, I just want to make sure you understand after today's 5 series podcast that there is a major need for training in this topsy-turvy current world, not just with managers, with your employees, whether they've been there 10 years or 10 days. So please make sure that you are checking out Aurora Training Advantage. Again, not just for managers, but for your employees too. With that said, thanks everybody for listening. If you, again, would like to be on our podcast, let me know. Just reach out to me at wendy@thehrlady.com. You can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. And you could also connect with JC. And for those of you that don't know, JC has his own podcast as well. JC, what's the name of your podcast?
Ms. Wendy, I appreciate it very much. That's Interesting Things with JC. It's a daily podcast. It runs anywhere from 1 minute to 8 minutes in duration, and we take a look at a whole bunch of different random things throughout the entire course of life, and then pack that into micro-learning. And if something tickles your fancy, it gives you something more to chew on or research about all on your own.
Absolutely. Well, hey, everybody, we hope this information in this podcast series has been helpful. Thanks for joining us and take care.
Thank you for joining the HR Empowerment Podcast, brought to you by Aurora Training Advantage. We hope you've gained new insight and strategies to navigate the HR profession. We look forward to you joining us again on the HR Empowerment Podcast.